Hello Libra, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing and subscribing. So in your first house we have Jupiter return benefits. So as exactly what it says, it's a very beneficial influence to be having at this time. So because it's appearing in your first house, this is the house of the self, everything to do with yourself, your own particular interests, your self-oriented interests, your appearance. It's also the persona that you project to others, what other people see when they see you. So it's your outward personality, your characteristics, and it's also your actual physical body, your physical appearance, how you come across to others, how you make your way in the world, your attitudes, and just what you're projecting outward to others. So that's all going to come under the first house. So with this Jupiter return benefits coming in, this is basically boosting your popularity. It's also your leadership is coming to the fore, or you may be called upon to be a leader in some way, but you're coming across as having leadership potential. You're going to come across as successful, or you will be feeling successful. You will be receiving good fortune in some way. It's also about coming into alignment with your inner self, your deep inner self. Possibly that's been going through shifts and changes, and it's almost like something clicks into place. And as soon as that happens, then all kinds of doors start opening for you. So it's almost like it's the green light, doors opening, new starts, new beginnings. You'll be well received by others. You're going to come across as possibly quite generous, happy, and being quite wise, good sense of humor, so on. With this Jupiter, because it's a return, you may also be experiencing something where it's either something you started sort of a decade ago, or sort of 12 years ago, or something that perhaps didn't work from the past, and it just got shelved, or it's something rising from the debris of the past, or it's an old plan that perhaps you wanted to put into place at that time. It just didn't ever come to fruition. Or it could just be something that perhaps it's an old business, or some kind of structure that you had in place that wasn't ever utilized at that time. Well, it's very likely that it will come back to you now, and it's going to bear fruit in some way or form. So the thing is, with a Jupiter return, it's a fairly quick influence that comes in. So be sure to keep your eyes and ears open for anything that comes back to you like that. An old idea, or an old plan, or something that you perhaps didn't come off as well as it should have, or it got buried, or it got shelved, but it's coming back to you now. But it will be a fast-moving energy. So whatever comes up for you, take hold of it, grab it, explore all the possibilities, because if you can harness the power of that, you can actually bring incredible results back to yourself. It will actually, it can really bring remarkable changes and progress for you. So that's a wonderful thing to be having. It's just something from the past that's coming back to you now. With Jupiter coming back to you as well, just be careful of excess in yourself, in your physical body. When I say excess, I mean it's like eating too much, drinking too much, just partying too much, or just enjoying the good life too much. Could be a bit of weight gain there. It's almost like complete relaxation, and now you forget about your old routines, or perhaps your physical regime that you've been going to the gym and so on. Just maintain, keep working at what you've got to do. You've still got to work to harness the benefits from this card. Just don't go off the deep end and overdo things, right? Okay, in the second house we have Grand Cross Provoker. Second house is everything to do with your money, your income. It's also the house of your values and your self-worth. And it's the house of your possessions, what you own, your land, your real estate, and so on. And so with this coming in, what it is, it actually pulls you in lots of different directions all at once. Now that tension and pressure actually brings about movement and change. So it acts like a catalyst for that. So through that tension and pressure will come about. You're going to be put into a position where you are forced to make change in some way or form. Also watch your communication, because communication, while you're feeling this pressure from these 4 different hard angles, while you're feeling under pressure, don't clam up, don't lose sight of the fact that you actually need to communicate with others to get ahead and to actually ascertain what needs to be done. So it's about coming through a period of difficulty, a period of frustration. There's growth, and then there's renewal. So you will get to the other side, but through that process, there will be growth and some feeling of almost frustration and exasperation while you just try to put all the different fires out, try to find resolution. But the problem with this is you can sometimes feel like you're juggling too many things at once. So what you have to do is you have to actually focus on your heart's desire. Prioritize what needs to be done and stay present. Don't think about the past or the future too much. Just stay present. Prioritize the most important things, what your heart's desire is. Get rid of the juggling, get organized, and just focus on those top priorities for you. Because once you put your full weight into those top priorities, not spreading your energy too wide. So once you put your full weight, you get organized, you put your full weight behind your top goals. Once you do that, then and your energy is directed properly, then you will be successful. But it just feels like you're pulled in all different directions. It's a bit frustrating, but it's designed to make you stronger, so that you can actually cut out all extraneous factors, only focus on what is absolutely right for you, and then go at it and just persevere. Do not give up through that difficult period. Then in the 3rd house, we have Chiron, we have healing. So now this is the 3rd house is everything to do with your communication, all forms of communication. So this can be written, verbal, body language. It also covers documents and contracts. So with this card appearing in there, this deals with, it's all about healing old issues and wounds first before you can move forward. So whether this is to do with family members like cousins or aunts and uncles or siblings, and there's issues there that you perhaps need to address, or perhaps you just need to put things right, or you have to align yourself with what's right for you now. So it's about moving away from old behavior patterns, old ways of expressing yourself, things that don't suit you anymore. They're just not right for you. So the way that you have been expressing yourself with others, even the wider public or people that you're working with, or just people in your general space, but also those family members I've mentioned, it's about finding new ways to express yourself with them. But in order to do that, you have to deal with old issues, old ways of communicating. You have to put that to bed. You have to deal with those. And it's a form of healing. So in order to do that, you've got to find empathy. You've got to find kindness. You've got to listen deeply to yourself and to others. And the old ways of expression, perhaps you were impatient or angry, or you just didn't handle certain things very well with other people, or perhaps when you were under pressure, you just didn't handle things well, or you just clammed up, or you just didn't express yourself as you should have. Well, that has to end now. You have to find a different approach, and you have to find different ways of communicating, because once you settle on the correct approach, you will find resolution to old issues, and then you can let them go. But it brings in, you've got to find healing. You've got to sort of apply healing strategies to move forward. And with that comes empathy, kindness, and listening. And that's applying that to yourself and to others as well. The 3rd house also covers short trips and journeys. And Chiron is very much about nature as well, healing through nature and natural therapies and so on. So it might be worthwhile for you to just go on a little bit of a trip nearby somewhere, get into nature, or just go on some kind of, even if it's a yoga retreat or some kind of activity where you're in nature. It could even just be some activity that you want to do. Talk to others, learn about, various ways of healing, but you're going to get healing from nature, so it's worthwhile to just get away and go and be out there, and perhaps, as I say, mixing with others, learn about how they are overcoming their issues, or just finding different ways to to communicate with others in a better and more productive way. Then in the fourth house, we have part of fortune, which is increase. The fourth house is everything to do with your actual home, your physical home, your home life. And it's also to do with your ethnic identity or your roots, your foundation, where it is you came from, what your family, your ancestral and family foundation. So with part of fortune increase, very positive card. So this brings in luck, brings good fortune. But it's also a destiny card. It's a fate card. So certain things to do with any one of those areas is going to feel fated, or like you're destined for something. So you could, in a very literal sense, you could visit a property or a new home, and just something about it strikes a chord with you, and it's almost like it's fated for you. It's destined that you were there somehow. Or it could just be that you're just in the right place at the right time. But this brings in good luck, fortune. It also brings in freedom and release, if that's more appropriate for you. So you could just be feeling more freedom in your home life, or you could be being freed from a particular home situation and going to a new home situation, something which is wonderfully freeing for you. You feel freer. It's a sense of release. It could also be that you are able to resolve issues in your actual home, and you are going to enjoy more abundance, whether that's just happiness, good times, or it could be a bigger and a better home. So it could be a better home, bigger home, however you want to look at it, because we're talking about increase here. Or it could be another home that you're acquiring, or it could just be a better lifestyle, something more suited to you. It could also be a change of someone in your home. Perhaps somebody's coming in, somebody that's going to bring something into your home life, something which is just better for you. It could also be that you are fixing and repairing things in your home, and it's going to be good for you. So possibly this good fortune and abundance coming in is going to boost things so that you can actually do these changes and fixes that you need to in your home. It could also be that you are finding that you're talented, or you have abilities in some way or form, which are finding expression in your home life. So it could be that you're having to renovate something, or you're suddenly able to find certain things to fit your home, and it just feels good and it feels right. And you're perhaps decorating it differently, and you're really enjoying that, and it's bringing a creative side out of you. But it's a very positive card, very abundant card, and it's about harnessing your own abilities and your own talents, and also new things, increase abundance, and so on. Everything to do with your home life, and also, as I said, your roots, your foundation, your ethnic identity. Possibly you're finding that you're feeling more settled about your home life, or you just are relating more to your home life, or what it was that you came from, just understanding it a little bit better. Perhaps you're having some good family reunions or something to do of that nature. Then in your fifth house, you have void of course moon, which is missing. So basically what this means is that the moon, when it changes signs, it goes quiet for a period where it just, there's nothing happening at all. So what this indicates in your fifth house, fifth house is everything to do with your children, or children that you're associated with, your creativity, which can have many forms. And it's also to do with love affairs. It's also to do with recreational activities of all kinds, clubs, sports, all of that kind of thing. So basically what it's saying is take no action at this time. So either it could be to do with your children having to do this, just not taking any action at this point, just staying as is, or it could be you. It's just let matters settle. There might have been some upheaval or changes going on. Just let matters settle. Stay as is for now. Stay as you are. Wait before starting something new. Just don't take any action at this time. Rather rest, maintain, gather energies, things are just not as they seem at the moment, and anything that you try to start, which is new or untried, won't go as planned. You won't get the results you want. They may even be disappointing. So just starting anything new is just not optimal at this time. Rather wait, rather gather your energies, see how things go, let things settle. As I said, it could also apply to your children. Perhaps your children are going through that, or perhaps it's a sports activity or some other kind of activity that they want to do, or you're in that situation. Just stay as is for now, and rather rest and gather your energies until the timing is right. So like a week or so, maybe a wee bit longer. Just hang tight for now. And let matters settle. As I said, it could also apply to perhaps a creative project you want to do. Just wait for the right time, or it could be, as I said, to do with a love affair or some kind of recreational activity that you're interested in right now. Then in your 6th house, we have South Node. This is life debts. So this is a karmic card. The South Node deals with the past, what you've come into this life with. It's almost like past baggage. So it's life's debts from previous lifetimes. If you're not interested in, following about lifetimes, and you're purely thinking about this life, then it's issues and emotional baggage, and just baggage from earlier years in your life, which you need to let go of now in order to move forward. So now this is in your 6th house, which is the house of work. It's your workplace, your work colleagues, your work projects, and it's also the house of mastery of your particular speciality or craft. It's also the house of health and diet, and it's the house of pets. So with this coming in, it's about casting off old habits, people, situations, which are no longer right for you now. So you've outgrown them, basically. They've served their purpose. You need to let go of those now so that you can move forward, so that you can propel yourself forward. If you don't take action to let go of those things, then, the universe will change it for you, and it may not be what you want necessarily, or it will be a little bit painful. So address various things. You probably are feeling this in any case in your house of work and so on, or even your health and diet, where you've outgrown certain aspects and you need to let go of them now. There's perhaps something you want to try, something that's coming up for you, and if you're following the first house card, which is about new opportunities coming in, you need to let go of some things so that you can bring in the new things now. And it's a very necessary, very required thing, because this is about dropping old baggage. It's about letting go of things that have served their purpose. You don't need them anymore, and you need to move forward. You've got to move forward in order to get to your current life purpose and get on track. So cast off old habits, people, situations. It's time to grow, and it's time to move into what is aligned with you now, where you are now. It's a turning point. There's endings and beginnings associated with this card. It's also, you may feel out of your comfort zone. It's also about getting out of a rut. You need to work to change what is not working for you. That's basically what it comes down to. And it's a very necessary and it's a required change. You need to do it. As I said, it's a very karmic card as well. So some of this may just feel really burdensome to you, things that just aren't working. You need to let them go and go in a different direction. When it comes to your health and diet, addictions could be coming up, issues that you need to deal with. It could also be a bit of depression coming in. And this comes up when you're not dealing with things that need to be let go of. It's not dealing with past baggage, not dealing with old issues. When you don't do that, you end up living in the past, and as soon as you do that, you become depressed. And also with emotional baggage, sometimes you turn to addictions because you're trying to numb yourself. So it's about dealing with all of that. It's time to get real and get off that old roundabout, and start walking in a new direction now. In the 7th house, you have Saturn return. This is age. So Saturn return, it indicates again something coming back. And your 7th house is everything to do with your personal relationships, your one-on-one relationships, or whether that's a love relationship or a business partnership, or just some other close personal relationship. So this is all about gaining wisdom from the past. So this is about learning what has gone on before. understanding it, getting a really deeper understanding of it, being realistic about yourself, and then applying that wisdom in your current situation. So this can pan out in a number of different ways. This can be old things coming back to you that perhaps weren't dealt with properly. Well, they're coming back to you now. You get a second chance to sort it out. It could be a bit hard because it wasn't dealt with properly the first time, so now it comes back again. But all of it is always trying to lead you in a new direction to make a better foundation to actually deal with certain things. But really what this is about, it's about taking responsibility for your own happiness, for your face your truth and live your best life. You've got a shot at it now, and things that may have not have worked before, now you get a chance to do it again. You've got to live your best life. You must reach for your own dreams and goals. So yes, you will be in a partnership, and there are issues to take into consideration there, but really everything flows from you being in alignment with your own dreams and goals. And this came up earlier as well, as I said, with your first house, Jupiter return benefits. It's coming up in your work house. It's coming up in your communication. So this is really a wake-up call now to you are responsible for your own happiness. Yes, you will be in a partnership, but that person is responsible for their own happiness as well. So take responsibility for that. Take responsibility for your own dreams and your own happiness and your own goals. Because from that, once you get on alignment with that, and once you sort of get rid of all the extra additional things that have come in that just haven't worked for you, they're just weighing you down. Once you get rid of all of those things and you start moving in the direction that is right for you, then everything else falls into place, including your relationships. So face your truth. Have a deep examination about that. Gain wisdom from past experience. This card also brings in correction. So if you've been off in a different, on a path which hasn't been right, you're going to be corrected. It's also about reaping what you have sown. So as I said, things from the past may come back to you. Perhaps it was relationship difficulties you faced before, it wasn't quite handled correctly, or you didn't have the wisdom at that time to handle it. This is about that. This is about having the wisdom now to actually deal with those situations and move forward. It's also about gaining a lot of understanding, because with introspection and wisdom comes understanding. So it's also about putting the past to bed. Okay, I get it now. I understand. This is what I need to do now. It's that kind of thing. It's about taking measured action to create what you want now. So that applies to all your relationships, whether it's personal or business, one-on-one, close personal relationships. We're definitely on a Saturn path here. We have Saturn yet again. This is coming up now in your 8th house. Your 8th house is everything to do with big money, your big finance. This is investments, taxes, which is particularly indicated with this card, insurance, banking, accounting, legacies and inheritances. It's also about the deeper committed relationships, the resources between the two of you. So that's emotional and material resources that you are sharing or merging or have merged. It's all about that and the managing of that. It's also about dealing with other people's money. So you may be in a financial field where you're dealing with other people's money. The 8th house covers all of those aspects. It's also the deeper sexual connection between you and your partner. It's about old things and new things, old things falling away, new things coming in. So it's the death of certain things. This is symbolic, the symbolic death of certain things and the rebirth of something out of that. So doors closing, doors opening, but it's to do with the cycles of life. It's also about power as well, personal power. So with Saturn coming in there, it's about facing a few home truths. You need to play by the rules. You need to be fair and just in all that you do, in any one of those areas. So you need to face the areas that need adjustment. You've got to really look at it, be truthful, be honest, be fair and just, and play by the rules. Because from that you will find a path. You will be able to merge things correctly, or come to some kind of resolution. You'll be able to deal with them so you can move forward. It's slow and steady progress. It's not a quick fix. You've got to work towards a solid achievement in any one of those areas. So you're playing the long game. What you deal with now, how you go about it, make sure you do it properly, because there will be some sort of permanence about it. So if you're making changes, ending something and starting something, end it properly and start it properly. Start it with, be fair and just about how you end it. And then when you're starting something, make it solid. Make it a solid foundation, because things will grow from that. Stay focused on your goals. Taxes and penalties to do with that are very strongly indicated with this card. So make sure your taxes are in order, that everything is sorted out. As I said, play by the rules and face the areas that need adjustment. If there's something there you haven't been dealing with, you must deal with it now. This also brings in authority figures. Saturn brings in authority figures. You may be dealing with an authority figure of some kind. Law enforcement comes in there, the legal system comes in there. It could just be that you may be dealing with an authority figure who's going to assist you in some way, perhaps restructuring your finance, or it's a banking issue or an accounting issue. There's lots of ways that this come in. It could be a tax consultant, or it could just be helping you and your partner really formulate things and put a solid foundation in place. It comes up with this card. Then in the ninth house, we have North Node, life's purpose. So this is the opposite of the South Node. This is the positive karma. This is the negative karma. This is the positive karma coming in for you now. So in the ninth house, it's everything to do with international travel. It's to do with anything foreign. So it's dealing with foreign people or foreign concepts or foreign products. Or it could be visits to foreign places, as I said. It could be starting businesses in foreign places, or dealing with foreign, like import-export, or something to do with that. It's also the house of religion. It's the house of belief systems, whatever you're interested in. It's also the house of philosophy. So, and all of those deeper concepts. It's the house of higher education. So that could be university education or adult education. So perhaps learning or starting a course of study. Or you're currently in a course of study and it's all about that. So you may be just exposed to foreign people on your course of study, or your foreign concepts, or foreign history, or business principles, anything like that. It's also the house of publishing, public promotion, and public relations. So that could all be coming in to your business in some way. With this card coming in, it's a very, very positive card. This is about once you've dealt with the old things, got rid of your old baggage, and you're changing direction and getting rid of things that no longer serve you, then you start moving towards the North Node, your life's purpose. So you need to direct your skills in such a way that is right for you. There's destiny associated with this as well, almost like it's fated, but the destiny, you're being led in a different direction, but you really need to follow your own guidance, because that will lead you. You're going to be in a better position. You're going to be heading for a better position, or you're going to find yourself in a better position once you've passed through this period. You're going to be receiving support from soul family. So these are people who you just have somehow a really deep connection with. Whether it's a business association or somebody that you're working with, but it's your soul family. These people have a deep connection with you, and you'll recognize them straight away. Doors are going to open for you. There's going to be expansion, opportunities. As I said, it might be your own business that you're starting in any one of those areas, or it could be bringing in connections with any one of those areas. You're going to be working with like-minded people. Again, they could be from your soul family as well, or they're just like-minded. You just have a connection with them. But you're heading towards fulfillment with this. So keep working on your heart's desire. It's all about that. It's also always about tapping into what feels right in your heart, what you feel led to do, because this will lead you. And you will find yourself in a better position. It's about right place, right time. So if you're traveling internationally, it could be to do with work or starting a new business, or you could just be going on a trip, which is really, really going to be a gift for you. Or you could be gifted this in some way from the universe. You're being gifted this trip. And you're going to, and while you're there, you're going to find out all kinds of things. You're going to learn all kinds of things. You're going to really get on purpose. You're really going to find certain things within yourself which just feel right for you. It could be an international course that you're going on, or something you're going to learn, or some kind of, it's got real international flavor. It's about the world. This is about reaching the world in some way, or the world coming to you in some way. It could just be a worldly understanding, if it's religion or philosophy or some course of study. But it really is a very lucky, very fortuitous aspect to be having. It's very karmic, it's very positive. It's things coming back for you now. This is things you've worked on in past lifetimes, and they're now coming back to benefit you in some form. As I said, travel may be indicated. Certainly it's international travel, and you will receive a lucky break, or you will receive certain things while you're away. Maybe while you're away, you will be in the right place, right time, but it will be very beneficial for you. Then in the 10th house, we have Yod, destiny. 10th house is everything to do with your career. It's everything to do with your ambition. It's also the house of authority figures. It's the house of your fame, your reputation, your public status. So if your public status may have changed, or is changing, or will be going through a change possibly, and it's all the experiences you have around that. So you're going from an employee to a business owner, or the other way around, or going from married to unmarried, or divorced, or going from single to married. It's a change of public status. Or you could be somebody who's just running a company, and all of a sudden you're now reaching a whole lot of people. You're in the spotlight. Suddenly you have fame. It's that kind of thing. Now, with Yod and a destiny coming out, you have quite a few destiny cards this time around. Quite amazing, actually. And there's a lot of action going on, a lot of change of direction, or just changes in general, consolidation. So with Yod coming in, it's almost like you're going to be feeling circumstances, or your situation is going to feel fated, like there's destiny involved. It's just going to feel fated about what's going on. But you're going to be pioneering. It's not going to be easy. You're going to be working alone through quite a stressful time. You may not have support. You probably won't have support. But you've just got to find your own truth and keep going. It's going to be a stressful period. You need to find your own answers and your own truth, because like I said, you're not going to be working with others who are going to give you that support, or you're not going to have the guideline that you think you should have. You've really got to go this alone. You will be pioneering. But you must follow what you are compelled to do, and it won't be easy. Some sacrifices will have to be made, but there will be success through dedication, through adaptability, through patience. So through that will come the success that you require. It's purposeful, this. It's, like I said, it's not easy. It's a very hard, pointed, sharp angle, which is bearing down in this specific area of your life. And there's going to be a lot of energy directed at that one point, which is covered by the 10th house. But it is purposeful. Through the stress and the difficulty, it is purposeful. You will have to possibly be required to find the inventive and unique side of yourself, or in the work that you are doing. As I said, if you're pioneering, it's inventive. You're setting new standards. You're moving in a direction that's not commonly known. And you won't have people around you who just automatically know what to do, are going to give you the guidance. You've got to find that guidance yourself. But it's a wonderful learning curve, and you will receive success, but it will just feel a bit stressful during the course of that period. Then in the 11th house, we have Aquarius. I know this is the 11th house is everything to do with being able to discern future trends and social consciousness. It's also about friendships, your personal friendships. It's also about your associations, your societies, your clubs, your groups that you're a member of, any kind of group activity where there's, a few people involved, a society or an association that you're a member of, anything like that. But it's about seeing future trends, this. It's about cutting edge people that you may be meeting. It's about technology, because Aquarius deals with all futuristic type things. Anything in the future, any kind of futuristic tech is ruled here. So it's about it's about gaining insight, visionary ideas. So either you're meeting people who have this, or you're going to be bringing this in to your groups, your associations, your societies, or amongst your friends, or your networks that you're connected to. Or you're going to be gaining that insight from those networks that you're connected to. It also has a humanitarian aspect to it. There could be a few surprises as well coming in. But with this, you need to remain detached, rational, to harness the best of this. Aquarius is not an overly emotional sign. So in order to see what needs to be seen, or to vision what needs to be visioned, you have to remain emotionally detached and rational. This could also be that you are gaining from your friendships and your family, or some organization or some group, or any kind of alliance that you have. You're going to be gaining support from them in a venture that you want to start, or something that you want to get involved in. You're going to receive support from them in that venture. You may be exposed to people of different ethnicities or cultures. Maybe meeting those, or going into some sort of group content with them. And as I said, this was indicated also in your 9th house, which is the house of international relations. This is definitely coming in for you. So it could be to do with a business you're starting, or a job that you're following, or some kind of contract that you're involved in, or learning something you're learning. It's working with these people, or these different cultures, or you could just be encountering them in the course of your networking and so on. It's a very visionary aspect to be having in here. You could also be having a new friendship coming in, somebody who's displaying all those visionary qualities, or Aquarian qualities. Something I've noticed in your cards, quite a few of the cards are adding up to 5, or have 5 in them. It's coming in again and again, and 5 is always the card of change. So that's just something to bear in mind. In your 12th house, you have Libra, I balance. So the 12th house is the house of unconscious, the unconscious side of yourself. Your unconscious drives, your unconscious beliefs, what goes on under the surface. It's also the house of spending time on your own, solitude and reflection, deep contemplation, bit of navel gazing. It's also a possibility that you could have a retreat or withdrawal of some kind in the 12th house. And it's also the house of escapism. It's the house of addictions and drugs. And it's the house of endings and beginnings. It's a very karmic house. So that being said, with Libra I balance coming in there, I feel that this could also be that you are perhaps needing to just contemplate deeply, to contemplate, or to spend a bit of time going within to come to a decision. It could be that you're riding the fence on something. There's something which is really, really needs your full attention, and to make the very best decision. Whether this is a love decision or some other deeper personal decision, but it's very much about going within and really turning the situation over in your mind, contemplating it, going into a bit of solitude about it, reflection about it, in order to make this decision. There may be negotiation coming in around that decision, but whatever happens, you have to find balance with whatever you decide, or with your thinking and your feeling with regards to this decision. You need to be fair about it as well, because Libra is all about balance. It's the scales, it's balancing the scales. But you have to, because this is coming in the 12th house, you have to go deep into yourself to actually pull out what needs to be said or done. It could also be about uniting with somebody, somebody who's exhibiting a lot of charm, beautiful person, inside and out, or just physically beautiful, and you're partnering up with them, or your partnership is really going to the next level. It's really rising to a much higher level. You're going to be mirroring each other. You're mirroring each other's ideals and beliefs. You're going to be giving each other mutual support. So this could be a really a beautiful love relationship, which is going to really appeal to you on a very deep level. So it could be a sacred partnership of some kind. But it's about moving to the next level, because this Libra brings in everything to do with partnership. You could also be exposed to all the arts in all ways, or really enjoying the arts, enjoying beautiful things of all kinds, really getting a lot out of that. So you may be enjoying sort of some kind of exposure to whether it's galleries or just going to a hair salon and just enjoying having a makeover, or a beauty salon, or some kind of where you're enjoying that, or it could be a career aspect for you, but it's the artistry around those beautiful things. It could be looking at beautiful jewelry, it could be looking at beautiful art, just enjoying the arts in general, and from that you will receive healing, and there will be you'll be feeling good as well. It will bring out about a feeling of goodness in you, and a feeling of love and balance and harmony and all of those things. It could also just be going into solitude in a place which is beautiful for you, because you will receive a lot of benefit out of that. So it's also about accessing your artistic self. So possibly you need to sort of dig out that out of yourself. If you have an artistic side, perhaps you haven't really looked at it too fully, you need to explore that now deeply, because this is an unconscious thing. You need to actually look at it as well, and perhaps start accessing that. This is about romance as well. As I said, romance could be coming in, or there's an increase of romance between you and a love partner. But this person really could blow you away. They really could be coming across as just exceptionally beautiful to you, and the partnership is beautiful. This card is also about finding peace within, finding balance within, because this is in the 12th house, which covers the deeper side of yourself. All right, Libra, I hope you enjoyed that. Have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time. Take care.